Hi everyone, it's Jill. This is basically a little tutorial for the parents, basically telling you how a typical gym lesson would be run in class 3, so you can kind of try and implement it the same way at home or as similar as you can get it to run it at home. So usually our gym curriculum, which is based off of the Spark curriculum with some modifications, we'll do the same lesson for about 2 weeks, and then we'll switch to a new lesson. And usually the lessons all like correlate to the same theme. So like we're gonna start right now with kicking. So we would do kicking for a month or 2 months based on how many lessons there are. And then we switch to a new topic, whether that's throwing or dribbling or whatever it's going to be. So we'll usually do, the same theme for a month or 2 months, but we do our lessons for about 2 weeks each. So at home, things are going to be a lot different. So I'm going to do kicking right now with you, which I would basically spread this out probably along 2 months. But I'm just going to show you how we start and where we try to get to throughout the kicking lesson. And you can kind of figure out where your kids are and work on those for the next 2 weeks. So gym is, like I said, we do the same lesson for 2 weeks. We have gym 3 times a week in class 3. But it tends to run about 20 minutes. At home, this is going to be different. Maybe you're going to be done really quick, or maybe it's going to take you really long. The goal is to try to get an hour of gym in every week. Okay, so do your best. So I'm going to go over what we would do for a kicking lesson throughout the weeks. All right, so we start with just basic kicking a stationary ball. All right, so that's just going to be, you're going to place the ball down. I like to model it first, so you'd be like, all right, we're going to practice kicking, and you're just going to show them the kicking motion, and the ball is stationary. So once the kids get a hang of that, we move on to kicking a moving target. So this is when you're going to be rolling the ball to them, so the ball will come, and then they will kick it. So you could work on those 2 skills for a while before you even move on. But usually after we're good with kicking stationary and we're good with kicking moving, we try kicking towards a target. So basically soccer. So when you're at home, you can do this in your house with maybe a table or a chair or you can even make a target if you want where they're going to be aiming towards. You could use another person, like kick towards dad or kick towards mom, and have that person move spots. Right now we do this a lot in the classroom where I set up like a table or a chair. So I would have a chair here. You could do this stationary or rolling. We usually do it stationary with a stationary ball, and we say try to kick it into the chair. So we try and get it between the legs of the chair. You can do that a few times. You could do it until they score, like we say in our class. So that's one of our activities. So it's kind of like soccer. If you happen to be outside, a great thing to do is make these targets a lot further away, and the kids can practice like dribbling the ball. You'd be surprised how many kids are really good at this. So they're just gonna kind of kick it, then they kind of move towards it, kick it again. You'll notice some kids will run to get the ball and some just stroll along, but as long as they get the idea that they're getting that ball to a destination, that's the point of soccer, right? You want to get it, score the goal. So we have kicking stationary, kicking moving, then we'll do kicking towards a target, and usually we end with kickball. So that's another fun thing to do, I think, because it involves running and moving, and you can kind of, play catch and tag if you want to make it more interactive. When we do it in school, we usually use place markers on the floor. Just understand that concept of running the bases. Now, it's like no typical kickball game. We're not going to stop at one base and the next person go and move. We don't do it like that. We basically just teach that whole running in a counterclockwise way and tapping the bases. So if you're home, a great way to do this is to get, maybe paper or some kind of like base that you can use. And if you can tape it to the floor, great. So I put 1, 2, 3, and wherever they're going to start. All right, so you would roll the ball to them. They're going to obviously kick it, moving, and then when we do it in class, we just make a really big deal about touching that base. So it's going to be 1, go, 2, go, 3, go, score. So that's how we and we'll do it a couple times just to get to that rotation so they understand the idea of moving base to base. If you are unable to put your bases on the floor, maybe you have a carpet, it's too slippery, you can always put them up higher. So you can put them on a table, You can put them on a chair and do the same idea and just have them tap. So it'd be the same thing. They would kick the moving ball. We would go 1, 2, 3, and score. And that's how we play kickball in class 3. So good luck. Like I said, kind of go your own pace, see where your kids are at. Maybe, like I said, maybe at home they're going to do way better than they do at school. Or maybe at home it's going to be too much out of the routine and they're just going to be practicing, you know, the kicking motion and kicking stationary. Wherever they're at, meet them where they're at. Try to make it as fun as you can. Like I said, this video is more for you, not for them. But good luck and let me know if I can help. All right?